Bro, my nigga Patrick CC. My nigga Lil Uzi, Rock Chanel, you know what I mean? The art of faking your identity. Wait, there's no nice guys in Hollywood. Oh, I saw mine. Okay. But yeah, so Ariana's illusion. So basically, the only thing I know about that's going on with Ariana Grande, bro, is at one point she seemed healthy. Now she don't look as healthy as I don't know. She don't look healthy. She look too skinny, like just straight bone. Not enough nourishment. I'm not trying to say anything, right? I'm not trying to say anything defensive or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, doesn't seem like everything's going to swell with her. Didn't she do hella drugs? If she did, I don't know nothing about that.
Years, Ariana Grande seems to have a new identity. How she looks, acts, and talks.
It tastes like elephant dick. Don't trust him. Fuck Monster. I literally said I don't drink Monster.
Today is entirely different than the person she was just a few years ago.
You are a Capricorn and like to follow the world of astrology, yes?
I know people love that. People love that, and that's why people don't like my shows.
When we get to our hotel rooms, do you have any weird habits?
Come together and share stories and hang out.
Not only did
now, I'm gonna be completely honest, bro. When I saw Cats, why I say Cats? Well, when I saw Ariana Grande play as Cat in Victoria, I'm be honest, I dead ass thought like, damn, maybe that's just Ariana Grande's like personality. That's who she is. Like, she just that annoying girl in Victoria. But then when I saw her personality outside, I was like, oh shit, Ari. I ain't lying, she Bobby. But now, yeah, I don't know what's going on with her now. I ain't gonna lie, I dead ass don't know what's going on now. Niggas hate on everything. Damn.
she lose a concerning amount of weight for her recent Disney movie, but she also would get overly emotional during interviews, grabbing tightly onto her co-star for protection.
I did remember when she was, oh my gosh, I remember them. He's my fault for pausing.
Or bursting into tears when asked simple questions.
In what ways the person sitting next to you changed you for good?
Oh my gosh.
Considering how famous Ariana is, she's quite mysterious. On the surface, she appears to be a sweet girl's girl who has suffered a tremendous amount of trauma. But when you dive a little deeper, the cracks in the facade begin to form, and you start to notice a pattern of destruction surrounding Ariana, which always ends in her getting more successful and rich. Today, we are going to uncover who Ariana Grande actually is, and what she is continuously trying to hide. But it all could stem from the darkness she was subjected to on the set of Nickelodeon, because she worked for the infamous Dan Schneider, a TV executive with allegations of horrific
evil fucking man, nigga, evil man that love toes. This is why if there's a nigga out there that love toes, look at him wrong, bash that nigga, except for Ziff. Shout out to my nigga Ziff. But yeah, I'm telling y'all, bro, every actor or like every singer, anybody who was like in the who was a child that was in like, that was like a childhood actor for like Nickelodeon or anything like that, bro, I'm telling you, dude, it's always something, bro. And I feel bad for those actors because it's always something. It's either something happened to them or later. Oh my God, no way. Or later down the line, they do something bad. Like how when we reacted to that one dude who was Corey's in the house or something, like Corey's house or something like that. That dude, yeah, he tried to talk to a minor. But it's like, I'm telling y'all, bro, with these childhood actors, bro, it's a sad sight to see, bro.
crimes against children on set. Dan Schneider was the most powerful producer and showrunner at Nickelodeon during their early 2000s peak. He created countless iconic shows such as All That, Kenan and Kel, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, and his last home run series was Victorious, where Ariana Grande earned the role of Kat Valentine. Victorious is about a girl who attends a performing arts school and aspires to be a famous singer. In 2010, iCarly and Victorious were the top two live-action shows on Nickelodeon, helping the network maintain its 16-year status as the #1 network on all of cable. Victorious aired from 2010 to 2013 through 4 seasons, winning Favorite TV Show at the 2012 and 2013 Kids' Choice Awards, as well as 4 Emmy nominations. Damn. Simply put, this show was the big break Ariana needed to have a successful career in the entertainment industry.
And don't forget when they did the Victoria and iCarly mashup. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was fire, bro. That shit was fire.
Working with Dan Schneider may have scarred her for life. Before the show premiered, Nickelodeon Productions partnered with Sony Music Entertainment to co-produce the series and develop talent to release their music. Ariana was the perfect addition to the show due to her amazing singing capabilities. She was actually so good that she didn't get much screen time performing because evidently the producers didn't want her to outshine their main character, Victoria Justice. Instead, Ariana's role in the show was the airheaded girl who says literally anything that is on her mind. Perfect for Dan Schneider to take advantage of and insert his infamous creepy innuendos.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, bro. Her character was so annoying. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Like, there was moments I loved her, but there was other moments I'm like, holy.
Sometimes I wonder if you can get
Oh my God, this voice.
juice from a potato. Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down? I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I genuinely don't know what was going through Dan Schneider's mind when he was making this. Like, gang. Why did she agree? Oh, this dude was sick. I'm saying, like, this nigga was sick, dude. Like, this nigga sick.
It's not possible. This has been me in a video. Come on, give up the juice.
This clip of Dan behind the scenes has been dissected many times over the years, where Ariana and Elizabeth Gillies seem visibly uncomfortable due to Dan's presence.
That was one of the better things I've ever heard.
Hey.
What's going on here?
Nothing. You didn't cut out that part.
Why are you sitting on the floor of the set?
Because we are.
Ariana is constantly looking
Oh my gosh, and she was still in character.
around, covering up her body, and nervously starts singing as Dan towers over her. Many in the comments speculate that Liz started causing distractions so Dan wouldn't do whatever they seem to be afraid of. We also have this clip of Dan barging in on one of Ariana's voiceover sessions, where she can be seen nervously laughing and literally hiding from him as he approaches her.
Stop giggling. Take 4.
Okay, what did the young shrimp say when his mom asked him why he wouldn't share any of his toys?
All right, no. No, that sounded like this. It sounded like, okay, what did the young shrimp say when his mom said he wouldn't share any of his toys?
Yeah, this nigga Dan got to go. I ain't gonna lie, son. What the actual hell? This. Woo! Oh my God. This is why I say, bro, it's very valuable to like read the room, my nigga. I'm not gonna lie, this nigga Dan Schneider is a very sick man. And this is just sad. This is just sad.
Try it again, but more cat-like.
Damn, nigga chasing her throughout the whole set, son.
Before we dive deeper, privacy online is becoming more important than ever. Every time
Love you,
tunnel
Patrick.
for
You know what I'm saying?
shows
You know what I mean?
actions of his children. Nickelodeon and media outlets finally began questioning the deeper intentions of his children's TV shows, specifically pointing out the sexual nature of Victorious. Those designer threads often have an adult sexiness that unsuccessfully straddles the line between tasteful and trampy. While guys are allowed to be quirky and weird-looking, girls are uniformly cast from the same Bratz doll mold. Meanwhile, you had Dan writing about Ariana's character on his blog that said, "But what Kat does in this scene is a special variation of the spit take, where the liquid just falls out of her mouth. Yes, this is what I do for a living. I analyze the various kinds of spit takes. Not a bad job."
This nigga sick. Oh my God.
Despite the seemingly endless amount of evidence, no adults were investigating or challenging Dan's behavior. Ariana wasn't going to speak up because he had the power to change her life. And in 2013, it was finally her turn to be the next face of a new Dan
I hated this show.
Schneider series. However, that show would get canceled after only one season. In 2013, iCarly was officially over and Victorious was scheduled to end a few months later. Schneider decided to kill two birds with one stone and make a dual spin-off for both shows. He took a fan favorite from iCarly in Sam Puckett and a fan favorite from Victorious in Cat Valentine and created a teen
It wasn't like authentic to me.
sitcom titled Sam and Cat. The premise of the show revolved around the unlikely friendship of Sam and Cat, who meet and become roommates in Los Angeles while starting their own babysitting business to make ends meet. The pilot debuted on Nickelodeon to 4.2 million viewers and was surprisingly popular despite being a spin-off that was clearly inferior to its original shows. At the time of filming, Ariana's music career was just starting to take off. Her newest single, The Way, featuring Mac Miller, peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, and according to her co-star Jeanette McCurdy, she was constantly missing from the Nickelodeon set.
My co-star Ariana Grande is a burgeoning pop star who misses work regularly to go sing at award shows, record new songs, and do press for her upcoming album, while I stay back and angrily hold down the fort.
Jeanette would later reveal that
yeah, because I do remember Jeanette talking about there were some episodes where because like Jeanette was talking about how that there were some moments where Ariana Grande, since she was gonna be like singing at award shows, she's gonna be like on the road traveling, like doing concerts or whatever. They'll have episodes for her like where she's locked away or like she's somewhere or something. They'll just leave Kat to do everything like in the episode or whatever. If y'all remember that one episode where not Kat, Sam to do everything. But y'all remember that one episode that Kat was locked in like a box, and that whole episode they was trying to get Kat out the box. That was because like Ariana Grande was on the was like doing her music career, and she was
she was jealous of Ariana. She said, "Every time something exciting happens to her, I feel like she robbed me of having that experience myself. And every time someone calls me a good sport, all I feel is how much I don't want to be one. Ariana misses work in pursuit of her music career while I act with a box. I'm pissed about it, and I'm pissed at her, jealous of her." In case you're wondering, one episode of Sam and Cat was based around Cat getting trapped in a box, and Sam spent the whole episode trying to get her out. The writers had to come up with a weird episode idea because Ariana was busy with other obligations and couldn't be on set to film. Additionally, at this time, Jeanette posted this strange Vine calling out Dan.
Hey Dan Schneider, I know you're watching my Vine. Do you like my Vine? Vine. Look what you've done to me.
Considering she would speak out against him 10 years later, we now know he was really making her crazy. The question is, did Ariana know about this? In Jeanette's 2022 memoir, Schneider was mentioned solely as the creator. She wrote that the creator took her out to dinner where he encouraged her to...
Nigga, did I read that right? Did I just say I'm glad my mom died? I'm glad my mom died. Something was going on with her mom too?
As the creator. She wrote that the creator took her out to dinner where he encouraged her to try alcohol for the first time and gave her a shoulder massage. The creator is doing the thing that I've heard from my co-stars he does with every new star of a show that he's making. He takes you under his wing. You're his favorite. But did Dan do the same thing to Ariana? Was Ariana missing shoot days as a form of escape, doing everything she could to have a successful music career so she wouldn't need her job at Nickelodeon?
When you put it like that, I'm not gonna lie, when you put it like that, now it changes, and now you think it from a different perspective, bro, because now it makes sense. Like, she wasn't missing shows because she thought she was like a big hot shot and she's gonna be big in the music career, and that's why she was missing like studio time on the sets. Nigga, she was probably just missing it because she was genuinely hoping that this music career would take her away from Dan Schneider. Damn.
She getting special treatment. Maybe Ariana had a great relationship with Dan Schneider, because rumors started to circulate that Ariana was getting higher pay than Jeanette, and Ariana really felt like she had to respond to this. She said, "As far as the show goes, I don't know what's happening because I'm not directly involved with the problem, but I just wanted to address this one rumor in particular because I am not making more money than my co-star, nor do I think I should."
No, niggas, about Ariana Grande, nigga.
She told her 14.3 million Twitter followers. So we can all move on and get out of our heads that this was a money thing, because I don't play like that at all. I am, have always been, and always will be about equality and fairness.
All right.
She then sent a now deleted vague tweet reading, "Love you, and don't want you being in the dark about work-related things like this. Thank you for caring and supporting through and through." Since the two lead stars were having somewhat of a public feud, rumors persisted that there would not be a second season of Sam and Cat, and that would become true. Not only was Jeanette fed up with and ready to escape the control of Dan Schneider, but Ariana had just released her first album, Yours Truly, which peaked at #1 on the Billboard Hot 200. She was about to release a handful of singles that would undoubtedly secure her a spot as a mainstream pop sensation. Simply put, Ariana did not need Nickelodeon anymore, and she posted a long farewell letter to Twitter. "I want to thank Nickelodeon for making a childhood dream of mine come true, for being a family to me, for being so accommodating and supportive of my multitasking with my music career. I want to thank Dan Schneider for allowing me to play such a special, beautiful character who I hid behind for so long." Nowhere in this extremely long tweet did she mention Jennette McCurdy by name. Damn. Ariana spent most of this tweet describing her first identity crisis of her career. "What I mean by that is when I was younger, people loved Kat so much I used to pretend to be more like her. It took me a long time to be brave enough."
People like the character Kat. I thought everybody was like me and hated that character. Like you don't hate the actor, but you just hate the character. Like I said, there was moments where she, you know what I'm saying, the character was funny, she had her moments. But other time it was like, holy hell. You know what I mean?
To separate myself and show people how different we actually are. And she capped off the statement with even more praise to the creator. "Thank you from the bottom of my heart to a true friend of mine, Dan Schneider. I will never take those memories or lessons learned for granted." I personally wonder if Ariana Grande would call Dan Schneider a true friend of hers in 2026. It seemed like Jennette McCurdy felt slighted by this whole situation and went on to make a satirical character based on Ariana named Gloriana in a web series titled What's Next for Sarah.
I am so beautiful. Holy dick balls. Sarah Bronson. I haven't seen you in like, I don't know, a week? Oh my god, I'm joining you. God, it has been such a long day. I've been to the facialist and the manicurist and the nutritionist. It's like, what even? Like, what is life like? I can't.
No disrespect. I feel like this is the average, like, Californian girl. I'm not gonna lie. For some odd reason, I don't know what.
Ariana parody character was vegan, extremely full of herself, and had a total disregard for Jeanette.
So, how have you been? What have you been up to now that your show's been canceled? That's a super bummer, right? Yeah, it sucks. I've just been... Anyway, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Except not like a chicken, because I'm vegan. Obvi. Oh, you're vegan?
I just cringed, bro. I'm not gonna...
Oh my god, I didn't tell you. It's like the biggest change in my life. It's like the best thing that's ever happened to me. I am so happy. Like,
serial cheater. Perez Hilton.
Sorry, I had to skip, bro. I can't.
Tweeted about Jeanette's series, "Can I be in an upcoming episode? I can be Gloriana's obnoxious gay brother." Jeanette replied, "Oh my god, yes. Or Gloriana's boyfriend who gets cheated on 8 times. Damn. Ariana never directly spoke about Jeanette or Dan Schneider publicly ever again. However, a couple years ago, when the Quiet on Set documentary revealed the overwhelming amount of horrific claims...
Yo, I still have not yet to watch this. All I remember was when this dropped, everybody talked about Drake. And how, like, Drake was getting touched on. Drake from Drake and Josh. That's the only thing I remember from Quiet on Set, I guess, that people talked about. I still have not yet to watch this.
Against Dan Schneider, Ariana gave a perfectly vague response.
Oh.
There's not...
Maybe. Never mind. Wait, no. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Wait. Am I thinking of something else? Was it Quiet on Set, the TV show, where, like, all the niggas came out and it was, like, exposing Dan Schneider and everything that happened in the Nickelodeon scene and how, like, you know, like childhood actors, right? Am I thinking about a different show?
A word for how devastating
that is to hear about. And so I think the environment just needs to be made a lot safer all around. Like I said, I'm still in real time reprocessing my relationship to it. Now looking back on some of the clips, I'm like, that's damn, like really? And then the things that weren't approved for the network were snuck onto like our website or whatever it was. And that is another discovery. But going into it, I guess I'm upset.
Now, to be fair, nobody would expect her to divulge her own traumas to the world if she had experienced any. But also, her not getting into specifics about Dan or Jeanette shows her world-class PR training. Jeanette was just the first of many whistleblowers to accuse Ariana of being a completely different person behind the scenes. After she left Nickelodeon, Ariana gained a reputation for being a homewrecker. Following the end of her 3-year relationship with Graham Phillips, she briefly dated actor Christian Fortune after he appeared on Victorious in 2010. Years later, his ex-girlfriend Ricky Valentina accused Grande of stealing her boyfriend at the time. Then in 2012, Grande started a 2-year on-again, off-again relationship with Australian YouTuber Jai Brooks, who later accused Ariana of cheating.
Damn, a YouTuber got with Ariana Grande? Alright, hold on. So you telling me all I gotta do is just get bobbing, nigga? And I can pull me a baddie too? Alright. How do you fumble Ariana? I deadass don't know how you fumble Ariana Grande, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, fact, nigga. Oh, Ariana Grande's ex-boyfriend, Jahclov Brooks, accused her of cheating with, fucking nigga.
On him with singer Nathan Skies. Yes, I was cheated on. Yes, it does suck. Yes, I was left for another man, Brooks tweeted.
Those kinds of accusations being thrown at me are completely false and more than anything, just hurtful and shocking. But at the end of the day, I just would like to move forward.
He's not a man. He don't know how to talk it out.
In 2014, Ariana grew close to rapper Big Sean, which was interesting because Sean proposed to actress Naya Rivera just a few months earlier. In her memoir, Naya recalls entering Sean's home and finding a little girl sitting cross-legged on the couch listening to music. Rivera revealed it was someone whose name rhymes with Smariana Schmonde. After the end of Sean's engagement in April of 2014, they were photographed together at the Grove Movie Theater in LA.
Let me find out Ariana Grande got a little something going on, bit, bro. Let me find out she evil, conniving. Like, let me find out something, bro. Bitch, Sean, you move like that. Damn, I see what I'm saying. Nigga proposed. Couple months later, nigga laid up with somebody else. Like, nah.
Couple soon confirmed their relationship and were together for the next 8 months. And while relationship drama can be considered low-hanging fruit in the world of celebrity gossip, for Ariana, it's a core part of her girlfriend aesthetic persona. Majority of her
She do look so innocent. Now I'm thinking about it.
platinum-selling music frames romance as intoxicating. She presents herself as irresistible and desired by men. Well, she often refers to them as boys, relating to her young fan base.
I said Break Your Heart Right Back is about a boy who cheats on a girl with a boy. I never said my ex cheated on me with a boy. That's not what I ever said.
Unlike other pop stars, she doesn't act like a boss babe, but rather emotionally vulnerable and attached to the man that she loves, which seems to change every other week. It's interesting because she appears to be deeply devoted to her partner, then out of nowhere she exits the relationship, drops a song, gets more famous, and moves on to the next one. And
because they don't know how to handle a woman like Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to handle a woman like her. You know what I'm saying? Word. Not handle as like she's an object and she needs to be tamed. I'm saying handle as like beat her for her. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to add on the plus things. They just red flags. They don't know how to add the green flags to her life. What a bro. You know what I'm saying? They not the man that she need. What a bro.
songs like My Everything, Love Me Harder, and Break Free highlight this cycle. And because of this pattern, it got easier for tabloids to catch Ariana in situations that painted her as an unhinged narcissist who felt free to take or do anything she wanted. Paparazzi and gossip blogs rushed to expose her as a diva and spread stories of unrealistic demands and frequent mistreatment of others. For example, some claim that Grande insisted on being carried like a baby by staff when she doesn't feel like walking. In another expose,
and what's wrong with that? You a man, right? Men, am I right?
An Australian photographer claimed that Ariana had a long list
I'll
of
pay money to carry her. Nah,
demands when it came to being photographed, including refusing to be photographed from her right side or in natural light. He also claimed that she walked out midway through the shoot, and her team demanded that the photos be deleted. When he refused, the photographer said he was later approached by a member of the singer's security team who attempted to prevent him from closing the tailgate on his car as he stowed his equipment. In this
yeah, because you was capturing the wrong side, nigga. She told you capture this side. It's the beauty side. You just getting the ugly side. Like, why can't you respect a woman's decision? Why, like, you know what I'm saying? Men.
story in particular started to become less of an unfounded rumor and more of a well-known character trait. A member of a camera crew shared that Grande was prone to throwing extreme tantrums if she didn't get her way. She demanded to be shot only on her left side and told the lighting crew that if they used red light, she would K herself. Now, of course, these could all just be rumors that are spread to try and take down one of the biggest emerging pop stars of the 2010s. But it's actually almost impossible to find an interview in the past 10 years where she isn't being shot on her left side, with the exception of when she is on talk shows and therefore has no control. Because
shout out to Jimmy Kimmel.
That's exactly what this is about, control. Ariana doing everything in her power to control how the public perceives her, all the way down to choosing which side of her face you get to see. And even still, many might see these demands as standard for a pop star of her caliber. However, her disgusting behavior at a local donut shop in LA was inexcusable. On July 4th, 2015, Grande and 3 others visited Wolfie Donuts in Los Angeles, California. While waiting to be served, camera footage showed Ariana licking donuts on a display rack while an employee was not looking. Her backup dancer and boyfriend at the time, Ricky Alvarez, can also be seen licking several donuts. Moments later,
nigga, I wouldn't mind that, nigga. What? I get to eat a donut that Ariana Grande licked? Are you crazy? Like, I know niggas that would have paid for that donut. You crazy? I'm lying. Nah, this is actually fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is literally no excuse. I have no excuse for this. This is actually like humanely disgusting. Like, this is inhumane. Like, that is actually fucking disgusting.
Grande would make a statement that almost ruined her
nose, sniffing every single donut. Like, this is just disgusting.
Career.
What the fuck?
Now, before 2016, saying you hate America was actually a pretty controversial statement. Ariana did her best to save face, saying, I am extremely proud to be an American, and I've always made it clear that I love my country. What I said in a private moment with my friend who was buying the donuts was taken out of context, and I'm sorry for not using more discretion with my words. With my new responsibility to others as a public figure, I will strive to be better. But in this statement, she did not address her licking the donuts that were intended for the sale and consumption of other customers. Slowly but surely, the cracks in Ariana's sweet and innocent image were starting to form. It only got worse when people started pointing out that her outward appearance was constantly changing as well.
I was dead ass finna say it's the I was dead ass finna troll and say, yo, it's the owner's fault for leaving out some delicious donuts in front of everybody's face and nose. And you know what I'm saying, some people can't control their desirables to lick it and taste it and see what it tastes like. You know what I mean? But nah, I'm gonna hold that joke, even though I already said it.
Well, especially when it came to her choice of accent, makeup, and wardrobe, which made her look like different racial stereotypes. By 2016, Ariana Grande had successfully broken away from Nickelodeon. She had multiple Billboard charting songs and albums, including a summer love anthem alongside Nicki Minaj. Her vocal range set her apart from her peers, earning her comparisons to the legendary Mariah Carey. And for most of her career, she kept her background and ethnicity to herself. She only briefly discussed her Italian heritage, saying, "My Nonna, grandmother, is the best cook in the world. We had Sunday sauce, the best marinara sauce ever. We had the Italian cookies and all that good stuff. Every Christmas she'd make zeppoli and spiedini and everything Italian." And of course, all of this is fine. It's not like anyone needs to know a performer's race or family origins. But Ariana started turning heads when her complexion noticeably darkened over time, most prominently during her 2016 and
what the fuck? Damn, nigga, what tanning booth she went to? And nigga, talk about hourglass, honey. Hips don't lie. Shout out, sorry, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's Nikki, like, you know what I'm saying? Facts. But what was I finna say? But yeah, it's kind of remind me of like Bad Bunny. Y'all remember like Bad Bunny's skin complexion when she first started rising up? Ooh, what the fuck did I just do? But y'all remember like Bad Bunny when she first started rising up in the entertainment industry, and then boom, all of a sudden, yo, how far did I skip? Damn, I just started spoiling myself. But y'all know how like how far Bad Bunny like rose up in the end. Yo, where the fuck am I at? This is bad.
By 2016, Ariana Grande had sang a summer love anthem since to the legendary Mariah.
But yeah, how Bad Bunny, like her skin complexion when she first started up, she was like very pale, and then now she's like darkened a little bit, and people trying to say she want to be like a black woman.
Carrie, and for most of her career, she kept her background and ethnicity to herself. She only briefly discussed her Italian heritage, saying, "My Nonna, grandmother, is the best cook in the world." We had to.
Sorry, we already.
But Ariana during her 2016 MTV VMAs performance alongside Nicki Minaj. Her styling also included bolder contouring, fuller lips, long acrylic nails, hoop earrings, and streetwear-inspired fashion. But beyond the excessive tanning and style changes, Grande deliberately changed the way she spoke. It was such an extreme shift that even fans have referred to this as the Blackiana period.
Kill me, get your ass in here. Come on, girl.
What the fuck? Yo! Nigga, on everything I love, if I would have saw this video, if I would have heard this video without actually looking at the context, nigga, I would have swore it was like a black woman. What the fuck?
Blackiana period.
Kill me, get your ass in here.
Nah, that's kind of insane. I ain't gonna lie, I like this version of Ariana Grande, nigga.
Come on, girl.
I would just say it's more like good damn impression, but I would say this Ariana Grande, she just necessarily didn't give a fuck. Like she was in her bag where she just didn't give a fuck. Like she didn't hold back anymore. Like she didn't hold behind on what like like, you know what I mean? That's just how I see it.
Mill for a second.
Girl.
What's the craziest? Has anyone said anything to you about Mac?
You know, I love my Mac lipstick. This is the Mac I'm here to talk about today, girl. Come on. I'm like, that's my cookie. That's my juice, okay? Carry on. Thank you.
Nah, this is insane. I'm not gonna lie. This is insane.
Next. That's what this baby picture says.
She changes her voice so often, I don't think she even knows her real voice anymore. This, compared to how she talks now, is wild. When she dropped her 2016 album, Dangerous Woman, it appeared that a new persona shift was upon us. She was no longer the sweet girl, and now a no-nonsense diva. However, this was her first and only album that did not reach the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 200. Despite this, the album still became certified gold that year. It was decent in the opinion of her fans. Not her best, not her worst, but they definitely preferred the sweet and gentle girlfriend core Ariana. Lucky for them, she was about to dive headfirst into a new relationship with rapper Mac Miller. Unfortunately, that relationship would end tragically. Mac and Ariana first met in November of 2012. They collaborated on music and remained friends for several years before being spotted kissing at a restaurant in Encino, California in August of 2016. They made their relationship official that same month and made numerous public appearances together as a couple. Their chemistry was undeniable, and fans felt like they were soulmates. Mac Miller dropped an album called The Divine Feminine, which was...
She low-key has been passed around the industry crazy. I mean, but I'll just say... I wouldn't say she passed around. I would just say that her shit just out there in the air. You know what I'm saying? You'll probably say her shit been passed around because like every person she's spoken to has been like in the air and it's been public. But trust me, gang, like everybody in the music industry, man, nigga, they getting tossed around, passed around, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic, gang. You know what I mean?
Somewhat of an ode to Ariana. This was also the first album he created while being 100% sober. Mac was making a real commitment to staying off drugs, and it appears Ariana made that easier for him. They did multiple live performances together, and fans absolutely adored them. Their eyes are literally sparkling. They were so in love. Mac was so high in love. Hope they end well in a parallel universe. Mac made a birthday post dedicated to Ariana that read, "Happy birthday to this adorable, pure soul who has reminded me what being happy happy feels like. Thank you for loving me so good. And after nearly 2 years together, no drama, and seemingly a perfect relationship, Ariana and Mac parted ways as a result of their busy work schedules. She wrote on IG, "I respect and adore him endlessly and am grateful to have him in my life in any form, at all times, regardless of how our relationship changes or what the universe holds for each of us." 72 hours after their breakup, US Weekly reported that Ariana and comedian Pete Davidson were spotted hanging out at the Saturday Night Live.
You can't trust that nigga Pete, nigga. I'm sorry, you dead can't trust that dude Pete. Kanye got Kim Kardashian took by Pete. Kanye and Kim started falling off. Who was the nigga that came up? Pete. You dead ass can't trust that nigga Pete, nigga.
After party. That same night, he went to her apartment to hang out with mutual friends. Pete wore sweatpants and a t-shirt, while Ariana was coming from the Met Gala, so she was still dressed in her Sistine Chapel gown. Pete said, "At the end of the night, everybody left, and then it was just me and her." And I was like, well, if there was ever a shot, it would be now. Go for it. Keep in mind that all of this actually went down 2 days before Mac and Ariana had publicly announced their breakup. Damn. On May 18th, just 4 days after the SNL after party, media outlets confirmed Ariana and Pete were dating. That same day, Pete covered his tattoo dedicated to his ex. His tattoo artist said, "I told Pete, hey dude, let's just stop with the girlfriend tats until after Grande is your wife, because relationships come and go." Unfortunately, his advice went in one ear and out the other, as the new couple would get matching tattoos in the shape of a cloud. Pete even began engagement ring shopping shortly after meeting.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You gotta be super delusional to get a matching tattoo with somebody you're dating. I don't give a fuck who the hell you are, nigga. I don't care if y'all niggas dated in high school, you still haven't proposed yet, nigga. I don't give a fuck. If you get a matching tattoo game, I don't care if you niggas married. Matching tattoo is fucking wicked.
Ariana, the day I met
if you
her.
Like friends? Nah, I'm sorry, bro. I'm not getting no matching tattoo with the homies, bro. I'm sorry.
I was like, hey, I'll marry you tomorrow. Despite appearing to be absolutely infatuated.
Kanye posted a pic of Pete Davidson with only his draws and talked about his tiny dick.
With one another, many fans were unsettled by how quickly Ariana seemed to move on. 1 week after the breakup, Mac was arrested for DUI and hit and run after crashing his Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon into a power pole in the San Fernando Valley and fleeing the scene.
This is why, bro, like, you know what? Never mind.
Viral tweet reacting to the situation read, "Mac Miller totaling his G-Wagon and getting a DUI after Ariana Grande dumped him for another dude after he poured his heart out on a 10-song album to her called The Divine Feminine is just the most heartbreaking thing happening in Hollywood." Ariana responded, "How absurd that you minimize female self-respect and self-worth by saying someone should stay in a toxic relationship because he wrote an entire album about them. It's interesting that she described this relationship as toxic when it seemed the exact opposite. We would later learn that by toxic, she probably meant the toxic substances that Mac was putting into his body, because the reality is having a partner that is suffering from addiction is extremely unsustainable in the long run." True. Ariana said, "I'm not a babysitter or a mother, and no woman should feel that they need to be. I have cared for him and tried to support his sobriety and prayed for his balance for years, and always will, of course. But shaming and blaming a woman for a man's inability to keep his shit together is a very major problem." From there, Pete and Ariana posted nonstop on Instagram like two 15-year-olds on Tumblr, writing captions like, "I thought you into my life. You know."
Do you not understand how devastating this is, dude? Like, I know my relationship wasn't like something crazy or like that, but like, you know, cause like not a lot of odds or anything. But imagine all the ats my nigga was getting. Mac Miller was getting, like, after him and Ariana Grande broke up. He's scrolling on the internet, see Pete and Ariana Grande having a good time. Nigga trying to go to sleep, phone blowing up to everybody adding them. Yo, look at this post of Pete and Ariana Grande. Niggas in DMs telling him, yo, bro, how did you lose Ariana Grande? Like, bro, that's a lot, gang.
What you'd dream it would be like, it's better than that. I am a Pete Davidson update account. On June 11th, 2018, just 1 month into their relationship, they announced their engagement, and Pete gave her a pendant of his late father's firefighter badge as he tragically passed away during the 9/11 attacks. Shortly after, Mac Miller dropped his album Swimming, which is an extremely beautiful and vulnerable piece of music about his sadness while dealing with heartbreak. Pitchfork wrote, "He's gone from you and me against the world to just me against the world. The furthest he'll go is acknowledging life was a lot easier with Grande than without her. She put me back together when I was out of order, he admits on Perfecto. Ariana dropped her album Sweetener just 2 weeks after Mac's album, which went #1 on the Billboard Hot 200, and literally had a song called Pete Davidson, showing just how infatuated she was with him. But
I ain't lying, this is just fucked.
Then tragically, a few weeks after Ariana dropped her album, Mac Miller passed away from an accidental drug overdose. Immediately after, fans were blaming Ariana for Mac's death, essentially saying that the heartbreak, lack of support from her, and quickly moving on to Pete Davidson was a recipe for disaster.
Cause like, I understand, like, I don't get, like, I understand, but I don't at the same time. Like, you just got, like, if I break up with a girl and I get with another girl, bro, I'm not just gonna sit there and like post all the pictures and videos and then make a song about them or do this, because nigga, just imagine the toll on my boy Mac. Like, imagine what that nigga Julie had to go through, dude. I truly believe she caused his death. Nigga, I'm saying, cause like, bro, if you gotta understand, if once you're a very popular person, once you like very known, you got fame and everything like that, everybody is gonna be in your business, nigga. So really imagine from Mac's standpoint, the nigga's already suffering from, like, you know what I'm saying, like addiction with drugs and everything like that. So imagine you, Mac, you got our relationship. Nigga, every time you go on the internet, boom, the girl that you thought you was happy with, she happy with another nigga. Okay, cool. Now you got niggas on the internet hitting you up. Yo, bro, how did you lose Ariana Grande? Now you got niggas atting you 24/7. You trying to sleep. You trying to do this. You trying to get Ariana Grande out your head. You got niggas keep bringing her back up. And you drop an album, you know what I'm saying, expressing your feelings and everything you was feeling in that moment. And she drop an album, a whole song named after it. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, it was so much, gang. It was so much, bro. Nah, you can't blame Ariana for that. But I won't say she was completely innocent. Nah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna like fully put the blame on 100% like on Ariana Grande, but I would say like some of like the things that Ariana Grande was doing could have been like some of the causes. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't say that it was Ariana Grande herself, but I would say like since he was already addicted to drugs, since Mac was already addicted to drugs and he was already going through what he was going through, and then I would say like the situation with Ariana Grande added it on a little bit, but I wouldn't say like it would just be completely Ariana Grande though. Sure, her actions made Mac feel away, but it's exactly but how is exactly her fault at all when she was just moving on? R.I.P. Mac though, yeah, R.I.P. Mac. I'm not gonna lie, this shit's crazy though.
Now, normal adults understand that you can't blame someone's lifelong addiction on one girlfriend. Then again, when something like this happens, we tend to ask ourselves if we could have done more to prevent it. Mac's death marked the beginning of the end of Ariana and Pete's relationship, with TMZ reporting that she was emotionally paralyzed in the aftermath. Despite rushing the engagement, the ceremony didn't have the same urgency, as the summer passed without locking down a venue, buying a wedding dress, or even picking a date. About a month after Mac passed, Ariana called off the engagement and returned the $100,000 ring that Pete got her, while media outlets framed the breakup as
how much money, nigga?
As mutual. It appeared to hit Davidson particularly hard. He canceled a scheduled comedy gig and was later photographed looking disheveled as he arrived at his mother's house days later. Shortly after, Pete returned to the stage in Los Angeles, reportedly joking about needing a new roommate, covering his art.
100K ain't nothing to them. Shit, nigga, I don't give a fuck. If I was a billionaire, 100K, 100K.
Ariana-inspired tattoos, and people hoping he doesn't pay himself. Meanwhile, Ariana was working on a new breakup pop anthem called Thank You Next. The song may seem toxic on the surface, but the lyrics are essentially her sharing positive memories and experiences about her exes. She sung, "And for Pete, I'm so thankful. Wish I could say thank you to Malcolm cause he was an angel." And even though these relationships ended up in heartbreak and tragedy, Ariana was cashing in big time, as this song was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks, which was her most successful song of her entire career up until this point. Thank You Next would also be established as the name of her album, with a song on there that was called Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, which was all the evidence her critics needed to confirm that she had been intentionally destroying relationships for her own benefit countless times in the past. And with all this newfound success, she rolled out a new persona. Ariana has gone through so many changes like this that people have dubbed her a race bender, which is someone who changes their accent and appearance appearance to make their art more acceptable to the public or purely for the sake of profit. In 2019, she made headlines for race bending once more, this time facing accusations of—
Yeah, if you would have just showed me this picture, bro, I would have dead thought Ariana Grande was probably like had some like Asian heritage in her.
Of Asian fishing, a term used to describe when a non-Asian person alters their appearance, style, or mannerisms to appear East Asian or Asian influenced. The term was popularized as a response to the fox eye trend, in which people use makeup to make their eyes appear more narrow. Ariana infamously posted a photo showing her new Japanese tattoo, which was meant to reference her song 7 Rings. However, the poorly researched characters translated to small barbecue grill. A now deleted photo shoot when
I deadass always thought about that, bro, because it's like, yeah, the tattoo might be fire in like in a different language, but imagine seeing the tattoo and it's your language. Like, imagine just walking up and you see somebody that's a different race, or like somebody that was born outside the United States. I mean, I say United States. Yeah, United States. Imagine seeing somebody born outside the United States. Let's say somebody in India, somebody in China or some shit, and them niggas just got tatted water on their neck. Like, they just got water tatted on their neck. Or they just got tatted dragon. Like, I know that shit gotta be stupid.
Viral, where Ariana looked unrecognizable, appearing pale with straight brows and pink lipstick reminiscent of Korean beauty trends. It was like she was soft launching a new prototype for her next personality, but decided against it after the image wouldn't sell. Her ability to turn on and off different personas was so apparent that you can literally hear her change her voice and demeanor mid-interview to appear more soft and sweet while talking about "thank you next."
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course, like with the "thank you next" hook, that's like one of my favorite stories, is Victoria. I was like obsessed with the chords. Like, everyone was like, okay, this is like something.
Yo, you can hear it. Nah.
And in that same year, Ariana was going to get another chance to change her image yet again, as she was going to transition from being a major pop star to being an A-list Hollywood actor. The only problem was, the more she stepped into this role, the more people started to question if she was seriously unstable. In November of 2021, Variety reported that Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande had been cast as Elphaba and Glinda in Universal's big screen adaptation of the Tony Award-winning musical Wicked, and this was a dream come true for Ariana. She had kept in contact with writers and producers for a decade and spent 6 months getting ready for the auditions. She even made a tweet in 2011 that read, "Loved seeing Wicked again. Amazing production. Made me realize again how badly I want to play Glinda at some point in my life. #dream role." Her preparation involved daily singing and acting lessons, all while she appeared as a judge on The Voice. She said, "I worked really hard with a vocal coach and an acting coach to get ready because Glinda's vocal track is very different than what I usually sing. It's very operatic and very classical, sort of coloratura, which is different from doing a falsetto and whistle tones. I wanted to sound authentic in singing opera, and I started 2 months before my first audition." Ariana auditioned 5 times for the role of Glinda because director John M. Chu was initially hesitant to book her. At the time, the director's concerns were valid since Ariana had never headlined a high-budget film with millions of dollars at stake, but ultimately, director Chu began to change his mind. I was like, Ariana Grande is a big name. That's a giant thing to put on Wicked. But there was no question every time she came in that you just wanted to see more of that. Unfortunately for Ariana, it didn't seem like she had much time to celebrate. She was about to face another scandal where she would once again be accused of ruining relationships for her own benefit. Leading up to the release of her long-awaited role in Wicked, People magazine reported Grande had separated from her husband, Dalton Gomez, after 2 years of marriage. I don't know why, but
she was married? Damn, I'll really be out of the hook with like people's life.
Announcement came as a shock to fans, who believed they were madly in love and seemingly inseparable. Gomez was a luxury real estate agent who began dating Ariana in January of 2020, and they announced their engagement 11 months later. So Ariana was taking this one slow. The couple were married at their home in Montecito, California. A source told People, "Dalton's entirely unfazed by the scope of her celebrity and is very grounding for her. He's young but mature and knows what he wants out of life." However, rumors of a potential split surfaced in August of 2022 after Ariana posted a TikTok without her wedding ring. Grande later clarified that the ring was being cleaned, insisting, "I'm not getting a divorce. Before you start, don't." Ariana then shared photos of herself and Gomez on Valentine's Day. Dalton responded to this post describing Ariana as his forever Valentine, while Ariana reshared it adding, "I love you." 3 months later, they celebrated their second anniversary with another Instagram post. But after she was spotted without her wedding ring and wedding band at Wimbledon on July 16th, TMZ confirmed the couple was heading for divorce. But the end of yet another relationship wasn't necessarily what shocked fans. It was that less than 72 hours after the public had learned about the end of her marriage, people reported that Ariana was dating her Wicked co-star and Tony-nominated actor.
See? That's what I be saying, bro. At work, you never really know what be going on, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same nigga you think that's not gonna do nothing, that be the nigga that get the chance.
Ethan Slater, who also weirdly looks exactly like her brother, Frankie Grande. If the quick rebound wasn't weird enough...
Wait, that was her brother?
Slater had recently been in the press introducing...
I just know this shit is loose. Okay.
his first child with his wife, Lily J. Lily J told Page 6 in an interview, "Ariana's the story, really. She's not a girl's girl. My family is just collateral damage." Even TMZ revealed Ariana used to hang out with both Ethan and Lily while they were still a happily married couple, and even liked his Instagram tribute to Lily on Mother's Day in May 2023, which painted the picture that she was secretly plotting on their demise as a couple. It also didn't help when both Ariana and Ethan filed for divorce before moving in together weeks later. In response, insiders clarified that both couples were technically separated before Grande and Slater started dating, and tried to paint it as star-crossed lovers meeting on set. But critics looked at her as someone who broke up a marriage with a new child just because she was bored again. In her single, Yes And, she addresses the criticism surrounding her relationship, singing, "Your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care so much about whose dick I ride?"
Damn. All right. Fuck it. What I was finna say? Damn. I don't even know what I was finna say after that. Fuck was I finna say?
And in interviews, she kept giving these vague responses.
I was about to say, like, I'm not gonna lie. I can see what people be talking about, how like Ariana Grande seemed like sweet and everything, but there might be some, like, she might have like some evil intent behind those eyes or something. You know what I mean?
I feel like we don't need to go into any specifics, but of course there's like an insatiable frustration, inexplicable, hellish feeling with watching people misunderstand the people you love and you and anything.
Like the true pro that Ariana is, instead of confirming or denying any rumors, she basically just told everyone to listen to her new album and decide for themselves what is real or not.
I think it's the absolute worst idea. I'm so nervous. Well, because pieces of it touch on things that are real, and then pieces of it are also just like
a part of the concept.
Yeah, part of the concept. So what is that separation? And it's so scary to leave it up to these selective memory people to decipher. It's scary, but I digress. Too late. The vinyls have been printed.
However, nobody suffered more than Slater's ex-wife, who wrote an essay for The Cut detailing the sudden shift in her marriage. She described how it felt to endure the humiliation during the promotion for Wicked, as it was a haunting reminder of the saddest days of my life. If you haven't noticed a pattern by now, Ariana seems to get into relationships, more often than not with taken men, right around the time that she is promoting her newest project. The relationship drama makes headlines and keeps people talking, but even her fans couldn't defend her for being a homewrecker, so there was very little sympathy for her online. But that was about to change. By 2024, Ariana had fully immersed herself into the character as Glinda, which meant, of course, another image and voice change. She looked incredibly frail during press interviews.
This is what I'm saying. This is where I said, like, damn, bro, she really looks unhealthy.
Her pale skin and considerable amount of weight loss made her look like an entirely different person. Plus, she had dropped her previous accent she was putting on for years and now opted for this new whimsical Old English type of cadence.
Because I really do think that there is, at the core, a good person who got lost along the way.
I had the incredible honor of going to the Givenchy atelier.
Oh, and then my therapist called, and then my gynecologist called, And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Can we celebrate over my next breast exam? Like, is
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm seeing Cat again all over.
everything okay? First of all, is everything good? And she was like, congratulations! And I was like, wow.
Now, some could argue this is just a version of method acting, but it goes deeper. Ariana and Cynthia developed a close friendship while working together on Wicked. Ariana said, "We talk a lot about this pact that we made to take care of each other and to be really honest with each other about anything that were to come up." She even went as far as reaching out to her co-star after receiving her contract. "I was like, hey, let's go through this thing, because if you need something, we need it together. I want us to have each other's backs. Like, your problems become my problems, and mine become yours." Cynthia felt similarly, and has referred to Grande as a family member for life, adding that their voices blended in a way that they didn't initially expect, but when we sing together, it just works, and that she and her co-star have cultivated a friendship that allows us to have these real, deep, connective conversations. It's almost like Ariana understands how deeply the press becomes invested in her personal relationships. However, normally it's with her romantic relationships with men, and the way the two describe their friendship is akin to a deep romantic relationship. But it was about to take a strange turn, because during promotional interviews for the film, the two would get overly emotional. The interviewer would ask a simple question, and Cynthia would appear to be wounded out of nowhere, and Ariana was right there to offer emotional support.
Watching Elphaba and seeing this character, you're not gonna tell me
Not the time, helicopter!
Without exaggeration, almost every interview in the Wicked press tour is like this. There are an endless supply of moments in interviews where both women held hands, embraced each other, or became overly emotional over simple questions about their time on set. It made the production of Wicked seem like an outer world trauma bonding experience, like the two had suffered tragedies you could never imagine when they were literally just singing on a Disney set.
It's also my first time ever doing a
You have been the light of the day. You are such a gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
We appreciate
for coming
you.
into this room
Thank
today.
you.
We needed you to come in.
Yeah.
You're both beautiful. Thank you so much.
We love you. Thank
Have a lovely rest of
you.
your day.
You too.
Thank you, Pink News.
Thank you.
We love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Over time, Cynthia also appeared to be overprotective of Ariana. Someone could be running by in a crowded area.
Nigga, that was the video I see, bro. That shit was so funny.
Cynthia also appeared to be overprotective of Ariana. Someone could be running by in a crowded
my God,
area.
like, I understand she was being protective of Ariana, but yo, that
If a
video
drink
was
could
so
spill on the
funny,
floor,
bro.
or somebody would reach out to shake Ariana's hand, and sure, some of them were inconveniences, but Cynthia always rushed to Ariana as if she might have to be taken to the hospital. If the goal was to make Ariana look like the sweet, innocent girl who suffered inconceivable tragedy to her fans, it worked. Meanwhile, the rest of the public had gotten tired of Ariana Grande and the publicity over the years. All of it just felt like one big meme, so they just made fun of her. They saw it as just another identity transformation for Ariana to sell whatever she is working on. Then again, following her Golden Globes appearance, fans praised her more natural look, commenting that she was looking like herself again, then joking that the Glinda cosplay is over, and calling it the best she's looked in years. Then again, her dedication to this role was objectively great for her career. Wicked earned $758 million at the worldwide box office and was a certified smash hit, also securing 10 different award nominations, including one for Best Picture. Wicked for Good also generated $500 million at the box office, but didn't exactly win over the Academy. The movie wasn't that great. The two have amazing on-screen chemistry, but spent the most of the movie apart, the voter said. They also expressed being completely turned off by their promotional performances, describing it as forced, and claimed that Ariana and Cynthia sucked the air out of any red carpet they were on, and no one wanted to go through that again. It's hard to pretend Ariana Grande is just an innocent bystander in her own controversies. There is this cycle or pattern that she goes through that has clearly benefited her career thus far. Get into a new relationship with a man who may or may not be single, dive headfirst into love and desire, write a bunch of love music, make a ton of money, start looking at other men on the market, which leads to the downfall of the current relationship, relationship, write some good heartbreak music, make a ton of money again, then break up and start the process all over again with a new boy. Multiple times we have seen her exit a long-term relationship, then start a new one in less than a week, which is not normal behavior. And when you literally release a song called Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, it's no longer a coincidence. This is calculated branding. But the truth is, Ariana...
Hey man, she was just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get that exposure, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play your cards right. A lot of people got a lot of ways on how they get them names out there, big bruh. You know what I mean? They got a lot of ways how they get their name out there, big bruh. But nah, her method was kind of crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. Not even kind of crazy. Her method is crazy though. I'm not gonna lie. Ruining a relationship, publicity stunt. You know what I'm saying? Try to get your name talked about and everything like that. Whatever. I forgot. But yeah, that's